Hey everybody, it's Annette. I wanted to update you. I went to prepper camp today. It was day one of prepper camp, and the drive here was really smooth. Did not see the devastation that I saw last year on some of the roads that were leading to the campground, where some of the leaves had fallen off the trees, natural for fall. I got a little triggered on that. But it was a beautiful day. We had sun and nice weather. I think it was like 76 perhaps. And then we had overcast the rest of the day, no rain. Just a beautiful day altogether. They had the food vendors were able to get there this year, and more vendors, and obviously more people. The instructors were just amazing and so helpful. I learned a whole lot today. I'm going to kind of go over some of the things that I learned, some of the classes that I took. So today I took Stop the Bleed, and I've never done a Stop the Bleed class. I've got the little blood quick clot packets that I keep, some in my car, some at home, just for emergencies. You never know. He had rubber legs and hands to show where to put the tourniquets and where to pack the wound. And this is how weak my stomach is. I'm the world's worst. People will tell you that. Anybody who knows me knows that if you're in bad shape or got bones sticking out, I'm probably not going to be a big help. But it is important to take that class. So he had this rubber leg and it had a hole in it, and he was explaining to us what to do on a gunshot wound. And I thought he was just going to pack the gauze in there. He sticks his finger in that hole, and even though it was a rubber leg, it looks so. I think my imagination is just too good. I was like, oh my God. So I kind of had to avert my eyes, but once he got his finger out of that dang hole, and then he showed us how to pack it and then wrap it and how to tourniquet. So we learned how to place tourniquets, what brands were the good brands to buy, and how to stop bleeding, and how to help with head injuries, and how quickly it would take someone to die from blood loss. So it was got a lot out of that class. Then I took night vision and thermal, and it talked about how, in using night vision, how it can pick up uh, heat and body movement, and then how to avoid detection in different equipment for night vision. This man was a former Marine, and he had some really awesome equipment. I would be happy with just a pair of night vision binoculars. I guess Amazon or something. I think they're 300 on Amazon, but that's on my wish list. That's not a need, that's a want. But I would love to have that and just be able to see outside, because we have deer that come in the yard. I just think that would be cool. I took How Not to Die in the Wilderness, and I did not know some of these stats. For example, the average is if you get hurt, break a leg or something like that, and you're hurt, by the time search and rescue, SAR, comes to get you, oh God, sorry, I keep the camera, and I'm not going to delete that, okay. By the time, I'm getting too animated, by the time search and rescue comes, could be about 6 hours, and most recoveries are done within 24 hours. Average could be 72, and he did reiterate the point where people need to kind of stay in place because they're so quick to follow the track and so quick to get rescue people there that, the more you keep moving, the more lost you're going to get and the harder it is for people to be able to find you. He also said something interesting too. I didn't know that you could take a trash bag and carry it on you, and then if you find yourself stuck outside for the night, you can actually use that as covering, and then if you're able to make a fire, the heat from the fire traps, I don't know how the bag and the body works, but it traps heat from the bag to your body and keeps you insulated. I thought that was really interesting, just keeping yourself warm with a trash bag. So that was really cool. And then disappear on the internet. He did give some really good advice on how to doing that. Unfortunately, we'll probably never disappear on the internet. I'm out there like the Amazon, the eBay, everything like that. I don't think I'm the kind of person anybody's going to want to hunt them down, but it was still really, really interesting, the steps that you have to take in order to disappear on the internet. And he did list a lot of ways you could do that, and browser and encrypted email and what sites you're pretty much wide open on, which is nearly everything I use. So, food storage, feasting, talked about freeze dry, dehydrating and canning, and how to make foods go longer with spices. Like, for example, if you store a lot of beans and rice, how to use the spices to make different blends and different meals out of that to where you don't get food fatigue, and how to have variety to where you're getting nutrients and calories. And then herbal animal care, of course. And I'm hoping she'll do one. She does treat dogs and cats and smaller animals, rabbits, chickens. But her books right now, cattle, goats, and I think her handle on YouTube is the Weed Doctor, because it's the herbs, not like marijuana weed, but like the herbal weeds, and how she uses those in tinctures and salves, and how it heals wounds, prevents parasites, can help with parasites. So that's really interesting. So those are what I took today. I'm safe in the hotel room right now. I thought this was just so sweet. The people who are going to do the sunrise service Sunday have these little crosses that they handed out, and it says, "God loves you." So I carried that in my pocket all day. I will carry it in my pocket tomorrow. And then I, of course, had to get a book. I got this book from my girlfriend last year, the one who was too scared to go, and had it signed. But Disaster Preparedness for Women. It's written by a woman, Survivor Jane. Look at my lights. Sorry about that. The lighting in this room is not too well, so I had to use the little side lights. What could possibly go wrong? How to go from completely clueless to totally prepared, by Survivor Jane. So, again. And there was one booth. I want to go to their website because they didn't have this in stock. I saw this man walking by. He had a t-shirt and it said, "I survived Hurricane Helene at prepper camp last year." And I said, "Where did you get that?" And he said, that they make them. So I'm going to have to get myself one of those t-shirts. So overall, the experience has been very good. I'm in the same hotel I was last year. I'm in a different room. The beds are facing a different way, which is good. I think if they would have faced the other way, it would have been a little bit triggering. But very quiet. They were very kind and I didn't even ask for it, but they put me in a quiet spot, way down the hallway, first floor. So It's really nice. So I'm going to get ready for bed. I got early morning. I'm going to get up, have breakfast in the lobby, and then do another full day of classes. And I will be back to report on that. So very good. Again, the small triggering with the leaves in the road. And other than that, it was healthy, and it did help to go back, to be back, and then have a positive, not as stressful experience as it was last year because of everything that happened. So the rebuilding, the repairs, I know more areas in Lake Lure and Chimney Rock. I know there's still a lot of devastation there, but I'm not in those areas, or will be passing by those areas. And later on, we'll ride through there and just see, because some of the stores have opened up and they're small business owners and they need the tourists to support them. So, day one, success. Love y'all. Have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all later.